Hi, welcome back to Should Have Filmed That. My name's Yale, and today we're working on a mini project. There's a larger project in play that involves this piece here, and you can see I've got one half of a box joint that is made up by these laser cut layers of plywood. I need to make the corresponding pattern in some other wood to connect this and make this joint. And to make this joint, we need to make a jig. So we're going to use the table saw. And I have this new Orange Tools blade for the saw. It is a flat-toothed blade, and that will make sure that when we cut these corresponding fingers in the other material, in the other side, I'm going to have this nice flat cut at the top, which should make that a nice fit. So, yeah, new blade that will go into the table saw, and essentially we're going to make a sledge that will be able to take the material, make the cut, make the first pass, then move over a fixed amount, make the next pass, move over the fixed amount, make the pass again. And then that way it's repeatable, it's accurate, and we should end up with something that makes a perfect joint onto this piece already. So to make this cross-cut sled, we first need to make a box, and to do that, we're going to go to the computer. To make the box joint jig, ironically, we need to start off with a box. I need this box to be made fast and accurately, so I'm going to use the laser. And to save me drawing out these designs, these cuts manually, I'm going to go to makercase.com and I'm going to use this free tool to generate me a box. So we will use the basic box, but just while we're here, this is a brilliant website, and you can use it to make, grid divider boxes, hinged boxes, sliding lids, custom boxes, even boxes with living curves in them. I really like this. That feature is really good. There's another project that I used these living curves on, worked out really well. And yeah, this is a brilliant website for doing that. Anyway, today we just want to make a basic box to make up the basis for the cross sled that is going to make up the basis of the jig. So let's look at that. So I want the width to be 400 mil, the height to be 80 mil, the depth to be 500 mil, the thickness of the material is going to be 6 mil. I'm happy for all these to be the outside dimension, and I'll make the fingers 12 mil. So this is what the box looks like. So once I'm happy that I've got the box, I can just download the file and then import that into my favorite laser cutting software. So this is the box ready to go. So obviously we've got the bottom, 4 sides, and I'm going to cut some other pieces at the same time. So these are the actual guides for the sled, and I want to reinforce one of the walls, so it's a bit more sturdy when we clamp stuff to it. So that's what this piece is here. So next step, over to the laser. We are now in the shed. We have our file loaded on the laptop. We've had to jiggle some of these shapes around to make sure that we've got a correct cut area. We've got the speed set to 18 millimeters per second, the power set to 75%. We're going to do a quick frame test. So that's going to draw out the shape that we're cutting in. So we're just making sure that this is going to this box is all within inside the material. Which looks good to me. Our final check is to check our focus. So yeah, we're good and focused. Now we're going to close the lid, on the laser and click the go button. And we're done. Probably should have taken that label off first. But there's our box ready to collect. Back in the garage, and as you can see, we have all our laser cut pieces laid out, and these will simply just now click together. And to secure all these together, we're just going to use a bit of super glue with some accelerant, and we have a set square to check as we go. So I'm quickly going to run through all that now. And just like that, we have a nice box. And this will go this way, and the idea is that we'll have the sled across there. So next is to mount the skis of the sled, the guides, and we'll do that by, first of all, let's bring the blade up a little bit. First thing we want to do is just check that these are definitely parallel with these. So, and 100 mil. Okay, so as long as we get these perfectly lined up with that, then we're going to be good. So best way to achieve that. So I have these lollipop sticks. I've just split down the middle, and they will just sit in there, and that will just raise that up just enough that it's slightly proud now. And we'll set those rails like that. Then a bit of CA glue. So that's quite good, I think. So I want to put a piece on here to strengthen this back bit, because this back bit here is where the corresponding material we're going to clamp to. And then I've cut some little pieces here, and this is going to make a pin that we will glue on the inside of here, which then will allow us to line that up. And we're able to okay, I'm going to go see where I put that piece, because I put it down somewhere, and then we'll come back, we'll glue this up, and we'll put a pass through it. Found the missing piece, so we're just going to glue that onto here, just to strengthen that back piece up. Let me do that. Oh, that's slightly annoying. Yes, okay. So we need to make the first cut through here. So let's bring that blade back up. All right, let's go full fat. So we're at max height. Let's start it and make the pass. So now I've got the first cut in there. I always know that's where the blade is going to be. And that runs nice and slick along there. Now I can bring this blade down to the height that I want to aim for, which is 20 mil. So I'm going to go for about that height. And in theory, if I position that piece over one of the teeth, let's do it that way around, and line that up perfectly there, you should then be able to take one of these little pieces I'm going to use as a pin. And I'm going to first of all put this in with the tiniest amount, because if I'm not happy with it, I'll want to be able to move it. Okay, it's going to need a little bit more glue to stay in place. Okay, so got my little pin there. Maybe let's change the camera angle for this next bit. So change the camera angle up, and in theory now we're ready to just do our test piece. So this is just a piece of scrap, but I will start it off up there. Now, in theory I should clamp this as well. Yeah, let's do it right. Clamp that, and let's go. We're going to do it without the clamp. I was happy that that was okay. Okay, so there's the other side of our box and the moment of truth. Nice. So that's this jig finished. Nice, quick, simple build. I'm really happy with the result. That's a nice tight fit there. Obviously this will work if I wanted to do a 90-degree connection as well. But in this case here, it'll be like that. So if you've enjoyed this and you want to see what this bit is going to, be part of, consider liking and subscribing and tuning in next time. In the meantime, you might like one of these videos here, and thanks for watching. Bye now.